Hey Floss Tube! So I thought I'd kind of give like a weekly update slash haul video. So I have literally done no stitching this past week. And I apologize if I kind of go in and out of focus. The lighting in this room is bright, but I'm worried that it'll kind of mess with things. So I apologize in advance if things are a little weird, but after last week's video, I was just irritated with my iPhone. So let's see if it decides to, work with me today. Anyway, so, where to begin? So as you all know, if you've watched some of my previous videos, I inherited all of my grandmother's old DMC collection, and it was in these Sterilite shoebox size boxes in envelopes. I'm not really an envelope person, so I decided to bobinate all of that thread. And guess what? I finished! Ooh, 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 ooh. And then, just to make things even more crazy, I decided, hey, DMC's on sale. I might as well finish out the collection because I wasn't missing that many. So, I went on my computer and printed off ye old the DMC Shoppers Checklist. And this is kind of my new copy, but I then went through and made notes of all the ones I have. And then I highlighted in blue the ones that I was missing. And then in addition, in yellow is ones where I only have one skein, but it's like almost out, so I might as well, buy another one because it was on sale and coupons and I'm crazy. So I decided to do that. So I went to Joann's and they had everything but 5 colors. And I even asked the woman, I'm like, do you have any of these in the back? Like, all I need is 5 colors. And they didn't. So I was like, well, I need to order some beads and stuff for my mirabilia and my little kind of gnome project, which I'll show. Sorry. And I might as well make an order with 123 Stitch to get all that, plus the DMC that I was missing. And then I decided to go even crazier because I like to make things sparkly. So not only did I then buy from 123 Stitch everything to complete just the solids, I also decided to complete my collection of the light effects, which granted are not, the greatest metallic threads, but I do use them quite frequently, and I don't know, I've used them enough where like I kind of know what to do to make them not as evil. So I figured I might as well have that complete collection as well, so I can kind of do whatever I want. So, without further ado, this is my floss haul slash how I store all my floss video, if that makes any sense. Okay, but first, this is actually kind of a fun piece of haul. I won a contest on Instagram with Katari. I will link her down below, her Instagram. And I won the Cross Stitch Halloween, just Cross Stitch Halloween edition. So this came in the mail for me this week. Yay! I've never won anything in my life. So I was super, super excited to get this. I've been looking through it, and there are quite a few projects that I would love to do. I just, have to get around to doing them. The frosted pumpkin one I really want to do, which I was, of course, not gonna, open to the correct page or anything. But anyway, I'm super excited to have this. So yay! Thank you so much. And I'm so glad I won. So yay! All right, now on to the floss. So, as I said, my grandma gave me all of her floss in envelopes, and I have now transferred it to boxes. There's gonna be tons of glare. So this is how I decided to do it. So this is my first box. So, oh God, there's gonna be glare. As you can see, I have all the floss bobbins are labeled, and I left spots in here for the 5 that I'm missing. My order for 1 through 2-3 Stitch should be here on Monday. So I left spaces with the ones that I'm missing. So what I decided to do in the main I'm going to call this my main set, is I have one bobbin of each color. And I chose like my fattest bobbin. Like if I had multiple bobbins, I wanted like one that looked like it was like a full bobbin. And that is what I put into these boxes. So I have, this is box 1, 2, 3, 4, and last but not least is box number 5. In box number 5, I put in all of my DMC 310 that I have, my white, open this up, it's easier to see. So I put in, here's all the black, which is gonna, you know, spill out. White, or no, this is B5200, Blanc, and then Ecru. So those, you know, I have a bunch of skeins of those because I use them a lot, so I decided to just kind of put them in the side. And then as well, over here, I bought the pack with all the brand new colors that are not on the official shoppers list yet. So I do have all of those now too. So, boonya! I have the entire DMC collection minus 5 colors. And, a little bit of a side note, so I realized last night, so in, you're not going to be able to see this because it is so glary. Okay, here in pink is where I marked the ones that I had ordered. I realized that I forgot one. So even when my order comes in, I will be missing one color. I only checked the list about 900 times. How do I not have one color? Ah! Oh well. So, I will be traveling tomorrow for work to like a larger city that has a Joann fabric. So I am going to check and while I'm there and see if they have this one color. So then I can just have the complete collection. Ah! That was a little dramatic. I apologize. It just, you know, I'm a very type A person, and so I wanted like the whole thing, and I wanted, you know, it all to be perfect, and such is life. So that is the complete DMC collection. I then decided to organize all my other floss, and I might as well show it here because why not? So in this box, I have, this is all of my Mo's collection. These are the Mo's silks that I own. This is kind of this generic, I can't remember, I got it at Walmart and I cannot remember the brand to save my life, of the variegated flosses. So those are in here. It's kind of like my variegated box. And then I have some one skein each of kind of the generic neon flosses that I have. So that's my kind of variegated / neon box, mostly Mo's sale. I hope to get more Mo's so then I can have like a Mo's box. But, you know, that's life. And then in this box, which is kind of a little tough, this one I have, these are all the DMC variegations, and then I have all of the DMC light effects, and then I have open spots for where the ones that I ordered are coming in, because I now have, I'm going to have the complete set of all the DMC light effects, so those will fit in here. And then these are extras of the variegation, so I kind of have, I guess I should move these over here so then it's all together, but whatever. I don't know what I was thinking. And then I have 3 of the DMC rayons, which I hear are not very fun to stitch with. I don't know why I bought these for some sort of project, but I happen to have 3 of them, so here they are. So I have those in here. Yay! Yay! Okay? Okay. Okay. Go over there. And then, I should want this behind me. And then, in this box, which is bigger than my other boxes, these are all my extras. So if I have more than one skein of something, the extra skeins, except for black, white, etc., all the extra skeins are in here. So, yes, I have quite a lot of floss, and I quite like it. So these are all my extra skeins. So when I go to Kit a Project, this is the first box that I go to see if I have it. I will go in this box. And then what I plan on doing is if it's not in this box, then I'll go into my master skein but I'll make note of which one I take, and if I run out, then obviously I have to replace it. So, yay. Okay, and then last but not least, I'm calling this my kid box. Every once in a while there are people over here, you know, or like kids or things that want to use my floss, but I don't want them to use, you know, my numbered, organized floss. So this is just randos that have no number, that, like, I don't care if you make a friendship bracelet out of it. I don't care what you do with it. I just so happen to own it. And I have them organized by color. But they have no number. They have no brand. They're just randos that I found in random places and bobbinated them. And then I have the rest of my neons. So if anybody, like if kids want to learn, or, you know, anybody wants to come over here and learn, and I can give them this, or, you know, my regular floss too, I don't really care. But for kids especially, I think this would be a good box. So that's my randos. And then, I also bought this, which is now I gotta be able to read it, a 220 Swift, rifle bullet case. So this is what you're supposed to put, like, shotgun shells in. I got this at one of our farm and fleet stores, and it fits Krennic. So these are the 2 Krennics that I own, and I hope to have more one of these days because they're kind of pretty. So these are the 2 that I bought to go with my Mirabilia. So we have the number 4 braid in 09 HL. Ooh, light. And then we have the number 4 braid in 011 HL. So these are the 2 Krennics that I own. And don't they look fancy in my box? But I thought these were on sale too, so I was like, I might as well get them, you know, while I remember. So there's that. And then last but not least, this is kind of going to be a short video, but that's okay. I decided to kit up the stuff while I was buying floss. So I bought additional skeins to go with these projects. I apologize, you're going to hear some opening of bags. So the first one I kitted up was this guy, which I showed in my Stitchville USA haul. This is called Pomme à Cidre, or apple. It's very cute. There's some others by this designer that I think are just adorable. There's one called Crepe, which has, you know, a bunch of pancakes that I think is really cute. So I kitted that up. And then I also kitted up my Mirabilia. So I got Siren and the Shipwreck. And there she is. She's so pretty. So I kitted these up, flosses at least, and then the rest of it is coming in that 1, 2, 3 stitch order that should be in tomorrow. And here we go. So I have all my, don't you hate when that happens? I have all my Pomme à Cidre ones here, which are like the most gorgeous fall colors you can ever imagine. Like, this just makes me happy. And then I have all my National Parks ones right here. And I have extra bobbins. And then this is all for the Mirabilia, including, my scissors are in here for some reason, including the 2 Karen water lilies. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with those yet. If I'm going to bobbinate them, which seems kind of weird, or like, because they're so pretty. So I can't decide if I want to bobbinate them or just try to rewind them, I guess. I saw some people have done that, so I don't know. Comment down below, what do you do with your Karen water lilies, or how do you, you know, organize that type of floss? Do you just bobbinate it, or do you do something else with it? I don't know. I'm such a bobbinator that, like, it feels weird to not have something that's not in bobbins. I don't know. What do you think? So my last thing is, as I said, so I was kitting out my Mirabilia, and I needed beads for it and stuff. And I hadn't opened the pattern yet. So I put in this order, right? Last night, I'm like putting this all together. I open up the pattern, and what falls out? This little slip of paper, which, because of the light, you will not be able to read. Nope, it's gonna be a washed out mess. It says, MD125 Siren and the Shipwreck, which I assume is my design. Correction! Treasure 12118 replaces 12209. So, I thought I had everything now. You know, I thought I had all the beads, the treasures, the floss. Apparently there's a correction. So for all of you out there stitching Siren in the Shipwreck, there is a correction. 12218 Mill Hill Treasure replaces 12209. So now I'm going to randomly have Mill Hill Treasure 12209. Oh well, I'll use it for something else, but no big deal. Last night I found out I was missing my one thread. Then I found out there was this replacement. I was just like, my poor husband. He's sitting next to me on the couch and I'm just like, ah! He's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm still missing floss and ah! It's like, why are you being so dramatic about cross stitch? Does it mean something to me? So yeah, that is my floss haul / storage. Not too exciting. I know a lot of people use the same method. There's a nice circle of light on my chin. Let's just get it on my nose. Anyway, so, you know, I know a lot of people do this method and, you know, I'm not the only one out there, but, I just thought I'd share, make a quick little video. I honestly haven't stitched anything yet, so this was, you know, I wanted to get on here and say hi to everybody, and this is all I could think of to talk about. So, yeah, comment down below on what you do with your, you know, Karen water lilies and stuff like that, because I would love to know. And I hope everyone's having a wonderful stitchy week, maybe getting more done than I am, or maybe not, that's okay. Just as long as you're having a good time and loving life. I will talk to you all later, and I love you very much. Bye!